Hi all, this is Nick from Elite Outdoor Fitness. This video is about Bergen work, how to increase your pace and strength in carrying weight over the hills, over a 10 miler, whatever you're doing. And we've got a lot of success in this. We've run all the major events. I've been successful in my 40s and 50s, let alone my 20s and 30s. I left the army quite a few decades ago. I'm out the loop with all that lot, but certainly my CV training and my fitness training absorbs enough capacity to allow me to do well in all of the weighted events. To run over the hills for like 10 miles, 12, 15, 20, 50, like we've done in the last few years, and won all those major events, takes a lot of determination and also the balance of training and getting it right. And that's what we're going to discuss very quickly here. We've trained a lot of people to go up Everest. Very different than running 10 miles with 35 pounds with 360 meters of elevation. Very different indeed, but at the same time, you draw from the same kind of principles that you would for anything else in your training. Same as when you're at an elevation, same as when you're trying to capture weight, same as when you go and do CV training. It's all very similar, but it just means that you're tailoring it towards a specific event. So how do you add weight? First of all, you have to start with the basics. You have to build your base, and then you start to increase strength, and then you start to increase power. If you're going on a military course and you're doing contact drills or something like that, from what I remember a long time ago, okay, you need the drive to go back again and again and again and again. You need the strength to pick somebody up and put them on your back, and you need the power to eject yourself over like shitty bits of ground and stuff like that, and you need to replicate it again and again. That's essentially what you need in your training, but you need to be good at it. And so you need to build that resilience, okay? Start off with basic CV training. You then to implement the strength training, as we've chatted on many other videos, okay? When you're kind of got a bit of momentum going on your CV, introduce strength training. You obviously in that strength training, that's like dynamic stretching, it's flexibility, it's a bit of mobility work, stuff like that, and plyometrics, to make sure that you're all rounded in that area, in that discipline of strength work. Is strength and conditioning. Make sure you're doing the conditioning part. Okay, and then you're moving forward so that you then get to a certain level where you are fundamentally hitting zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5 in your training. And that might be much later. You're not doing all of that all the time. The 80-20% split doesn't mean that you're doing 80-20 for every week of your training cycle. 80% in the blue zone and 20% in all the other zones. It doesn't work like that. It's a progression in getting the ratios right. And it's exactly the same for when carrying weight. You don't start carrying weight until you're capable of doing it. And when you do start carrying the weight, you maybe reduce the intensity and the duration of some of your training, i.e. load overall, so that then you can start carrying a lighter weight. And you start with like 10 or 15 or 20 pounds. Okay, come to Elite Outdoor Fitness. We do it for you anyway. It's a very specific way of doing this. I've always been good at doing it, thankfully, because I've learned from all my mistakes. Come and join us at Elite Outdoor Fitness.